Hello, welcome back. Last time I discovered a portal to a whole new land, so we're gonna explore that today and see what's going on with it. I had an existing task that I was doing, but I'll get back to that after this has completed. Right, and I'm at a lot of experience. I think I'm gonna just not worry about that. I won't assume that there is something to buy in that town for a high price. And I can always come back to it later. This isn't the passage I want. Yeah, so to get there the normal way, I still have to go through all of this each time. Not too big a deal, really. Yeah, I'm going to actually just induce a level up to let me stop thinking of what's happening with my experience, because avoiding fighting every enemy would just sort of ruin my experience here. However, if there's nothing to fight here in this spot... Okay, right, that jump is trickier than it might look, and it does look pretty tricky. I'd like to see what the encounters are, because there will be some here. So if I look at... question mark, question mark, question mark... Yeah, let's get into an encounter and see what it says this location is. There's shallow water. Makara. Okay. So we got nasties here. Here's that level up. Not quite. Here's that level up. I'll take life, I guess. Alright, let's try down first. This is clearly a path. Is that something? Yes. It's a ferry with some very nice vines standing straight up. So that's a forest little encounter. I'd like to see forest big encounter, plains both encounters, sand both encounters. There's something here. Tall, this is gonna hurt, isn't it? Yes, okay. I don't think it's sufficient to do these things here. Yeah, that's solid. Am I gonna get some kind of wall jump or something? I wonder. Desert, big encounter. We got lizards and scorpions. Okay. Desert, little encounter. Lizard and scorpion and levers. This seems like more. Plains encounters? Whoa, what are those things? There's like big standing stones in the background or something. Okay. Anyway, this is fine. Is there a town with a wise man around here? I'm kind of assuming because I have a clear blank space for a spell. There's another cave. Many, many fairies. So many fairies. This is going to be a little hard to touch, but not that hard. Right, there's swamp too. All terrain types. Many caves. So many caves. Right, we got walnuts and bugs. And rocks. Just being flung in from the sides like it's a little encounter in the desert. Okay, this is like a sea cave, but it's actually a pea cave. In the swamp. And right, remember, swamp tiles that have special things look a little bit different, so I should at least look around for those, and I don't see any currently. They are nearly invincible, also nearly invisible. So just because I'm not seeing them doesn't mean they're not there. Oops. So let's see here. I don't think I've seen a plains big encounter yet. I am curious. Who is a plains monster? Well, not here. This is something. Okay, this is the other side of... Oh! Okay, so maybe there's no big mystery about being able to wall jump or something. It's just that I could go back this way if I wanted a quicker passage, because this clearly would connect to the other one, right? Yeah, that's what I saw on the other side, okay. Alright, I think I understand. This cave. Oops. Alright, I'm actually under some threat here. Little chunk of Death Mountain here. Right, you. Sure, I'll take that. Blue Lizalfos. Exciting. So, center of this lake will have something clearly. Ah, yes, I see where I am. The, boulder circle is just northwest, northwest of here. I can probably see a boulder, not quite, but I can see the water that leads to them. Okay, so I was right about going here. Alright, double lizard with projectiles hidden by bushes is kinda nasty. Sword! Is this a master sword? Little dagger. Okay, I got a dagger. Like, that's clearly not sword-sized, although your sword is pretty small. Surely that's not an attack power upgrade. Like, that's the last thing I needed. So no town, no... Okay, maybe that's what's past the Triforce Gate. Wait, there's more. Wait a second. I'm stabbing Tektites and they're just dying. So I got a penetrating sword. Yeah, okay, I got a penetrating sword. Now I'm here. Okay. Well, that's the treasure. I got armor piercing. Can I ignore, like, a Lizalfos shield, I wonder? That'll be handy for fighting the Bird Knights in the Great Palace. Okay. No, hold on. I need to remember something. Question mark. Is the center of that lake also question mark? And is the lake itself Makara? I also feel like there's something more to that one spot with the, like in the water with the one-way passage. Makara? Okay. Ding ding. Okay, so this sword is not that piercing, as it turns out. Was that coincidence? Did I not have piercing attacks? Question mark. It's... Oh, so maybe it's just has the fire effect. So, like, anything that's only vulnerable to fire is, Yeah, okay. So I think I just have a permanent fire element on my sword attack now. Okay. So that's less of an upgrade, but in a way that I approve. Cool, okay. So unless I want specifically the projectile component of it, there's no need to cast fire to make anything vulnerable to me now. I guess this is a quicker way through than... Oh, hang on, that water's suspicious. Can fire hurt a closed-eye scorpion normally? Okay, there's nothing here. Maybe. Okay, well, I've seen both sides of this. I guess... Well, paused. Let's verify that this goes where I think it does, just in case. Okay, a lot of this wasn't quite what I expected, but I don't know what I expected. It did give me the final item, so I know what all of those are now. Okay. Well, cool. I could try and chop down trees and look for secrets here, but that doesn't sound productive. I'll only resort to that if I'm at the very end with no other ideas for where to look for things, but I still have lots of other ideas. Do I? Okay, so outstanding mysteries. The building behind Nabaru. The Triforce Temple south of Death Valley. Is that it? Zelda's empty bottle. And I guess there's a bunch... There is actually a lot of mysterious stuff in the Great Palace itself, so I did not finish exploring that place, and there were connections that made no sense to me. Okay, so yeah, those are my mysteries. Things that made no sense in the Great Palace, but there were places that I could reach and did not. What's with the Triforce Temple? And what's behind Nabaru? Let's check that place one more time. My next destination here, I believe, is Death Valley, because I want to go there and look at Not All Crystals Set, what the entrance to the Great Palace looks like. And that'll open up a shortcut, so no matter when I do that journey, it's fine. I did want to wait until post-cross, which just makes the invisible monsters way less annoying. I'm gonna go this way around. I don't know, they're both about equal amounts of hassle, honestly. This one feels closer, so I'm gonna do it instead. Nabaru, right, I had business here, kinda. So, come in from this side. And I don't think this is the building, is it? No. I think this is the building. So I go behind. Nabaru. Nabaru. This cannot be here for nothing. I don't believe that for a second. That didn't do anything. That didn't do much of anything. There's some blocks to break here, but I've already fixed the well. That looks like the kind of block that wants to fall. What is this building? It has the vibes of that one near Mido that teleports to Whale Isle. None of this is doing anything, of course. Do you know anything anymore? Yeah, I know about that. Can you tell me anything about what's in your backyard? I guess not. Okay, well, let's go to Death Valley. I could recover while I'm here, but clearly I'm not. It's fine. Yeah, so I think from here I'm just not going to discover what that building is. And I couldn't tell you right at the moment where the Great Palace return portal leads, but I know it's not that building. Yes, I can. It's the church in Mido. That's where that portal leads. So Nabaru House. Nabaru House. Empty spell spot. I am like 99% convinced that there is a... that this would come down to the bottom of the list if there wasn't another spell to find. Right, I can just hurt you now with my current equipment. Right, the reason I interpret it as being shield piercing was because of the scorpion and its eyeball. But that was a mistaken impression. Doing that upward sweep to stab a Lizalfos in the belly is actually harder to pull off than I thought it was. I'm not having much luck doing that consistently. Anyway, so Death Valley time. And sure, let's go ahead and refill some things. There's a big magic on the way in here. Man, this is so many MOAs. Well, not on the way in, but once I'm actually in. Right here. Alright, so now I do want to recheck the Triforce Temple. I go in the water here, I think, yes. Right, that's where the last heart is. I think that is the last heart, and that's the last any of such a resource, right? Yes, both of those are full, so no more to find. Alright. The final item is the skeleton key in the Great Palace. I think I actually never opened that menu after having gotten that key. It could be that it just marks itself as, you know, you have A keys, and that's how you know when you have the skeleton. There isn't a key count in the UI now outside a dungeon, though. So no, it probably would tell me on the item screen. That would just make sense. So Temple, what is your story? I will not learn now, but I'll at least see the mystery again and be reminded what it looks like. So there's a dock, but I can't get to the dock until I go through this gate. It's not going to respond to the empty bottle or the fact that I'm on the second quest. Yes, it is, because this is ahead in the timeline. I do have the Triforce. Okay, so this was a second quest gate. Alright, I understand. So Triforce doesn't, like, show up in my inventory, but it shows up on the file select screen. You saw it at the beginning of the video. Question mark. This is also question mark, right? Yeah. Okay. So, I'm on the dock now. Here's a raft that's just gonna go across like this, which is uncanny. Oh, so we got an action raft ride. That's cool. Ooh, I like this. This is good. Oh boy, I fell off. Okay, thanks, fairy. I'm gonna fall off again. Ooh, I'm gonna die here. Love it. Oh man, yeah, so... alright, that's how long it is. I suppose Enigma would have been my friend there, probably. Alright, we got aggressive redfish, that's fine. I'm gonna dismount for a second. It's so stormy here. Right, I should remount my raft. I tried, but I was not able to. I guess if I miss the raft, I'm just dead in the water. Okay, I reached the other side. This is cool. Alright. I'm in another new land. Whoa. With whole new music. This is Dragmire. Okay. Will this have what I expected to find in Makara? Oops. Sure, I'll take that. So I went into this cave before looking around outside. I think that's fine. I'm way up top. I feel like I never... being up top is making me think of this. I feel like I never re-encountered that one place where there were a whole lot of pea bags up in a... above a ceiling somewhere. Maybe I did and I just, once again, didn't notice. There was totally a time I was in a room, many pea bags were above the ceiling in a place I could not reach. And I didn't understand what was happening with that. Okay, so that eyeball monster is back. My fire sword can't kill the fire enemy. Gotta get the ice sword for that. Come here. Still Dragmire, okay. So I'm in a second Death Mountain, and it's has some interesting navigation like that. Okay, navigating this is going to be complicated. Hey. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, so now is, like, here is the moment when second quest really becomes second quest, and not just New Game Plus. So I appreciate that that finally happened. This feels like a destination. For a P-bag, maybe? I mean, at this point, if you're not 999, how did you even get here? Or is this just, in theory, for the players who want to have, you know, I don't need that red jar. Okay, not a destination, just a refill if you want to go out of your way for the red jar. Darker Forest. So those extra thick trees are unchoppable, I happen to know. At least the one instance of them I saw before was. Those bots are near invisible in that water. Okay, I can actually see on the map what the layout of this cave is. So top right goes northeast, bottom right goes southeast, left will go west. Just makes sense. Okay, this is a funny situation. Let's see, I'm gonna... I'm gonna do this without a jump spell. Watch me. See? That works. Purple Moa, okay. I always wondered why these were purple instead of blue. Well, no coming back from here. This was a one-way drop. I'm picking this up for no reason. Well, because I like the sound it makes, that's why. Yeah, well. So Bubble's outside of a palace, that is unusual, so I'm taking bottom left, which put me in a dead-end room, good. Telling me that there's nothing more to find here, probably. So it seems. I have zero guesses for what this theoretical final spell could be, if there is one. It is unconfirmed that there is a final spell, but it is a strong suspicion I have. And it could be literally anything. So I have the power bracelet. I hope there isn't a locked door in here somewhere to require me to have the skeleton key. That'd be silly, but also would totally make sense. Whoa! That Mew experienced something. And so did the Daira, that I didn't even notice was there until it was getting squished. Well, alright, I think it's clear what path I needed to take. Let's see what the punishment down here is. Not exactly the punishment I expected. Dark Forest. Okay, yeah, it's a dark forest. Fire spitters up high, out of reach of everything but Enigma. Yeah, no chop. I press chop and nothing happens. So I'm back at the start? Ah, and I think this requires me to loop around again, doesn't it? But this cave that I'm in is currently new? Ah, no, I know where I am. Yeah, okay, got it. Alright. So I have seen the path, I have seen the failure route that leads back to the beginning. There was a spot where I had to push something over with the power bracelet. And those things don't stay, do they? Like, from here I'm just not gonna get anywhere. They're gonna have to stay screen to screen. Yeah, okay, that stayed. Okay, so since I pushed this over, then I'm fine. I don't have to redo anything except just this little tiny bit. Hold on, I'm wondering about something. Alright, you are kind of a big pain. I can go up here. It's probably nothing. It is nothing, okay. But I wanted to check. So I push this down, I change screens, I push it over a bit more, then I can jump up there, and that will lead to the actual exit. Just because it's the only place I have not been yet. And it's a little hard to reach. Yep. That upward teleport's a lot of fun. Yeah. Alright, you know what? I need a jump spell anyway. Dragmire. I don't know when the name is going to change, if it does. I do not recognize this music. As far as I know, it could be an original composition. I will check, however. Alternate versions. Maybe this will give me some hints, because this is the same melody, right? That's just Zelda 1 Dungeon. Zelda 1 Overworld. Zelda 2 Overworld. Okay. So Steel Crescent and Isabel Chiming had the same melody in mind for this, whatever this is. This game has several references to other non-Zelda games in it, so this may not be a Zelda origin music. There's a town, so there is one of those here. It's also possible this could theoretically be from a later Zelda game I have not played. Or from one I have and have forgotten. Everything is possible. This is a fun setup. Pulling out the vertical scrolling. That rare thing that the NES itself probably couldn't do too well. Alright, so beach and forest. Oh, this forest has something in it. Dragmire. Okay. Oops, yes. Okay, so it's just this is a tile with an encounter. When you enter the forest, you're getting in this fight. Which is just like a little forest encounter. Same here. Okay. So the beach is a safer route, it sounds like? Well, I'm gonna check around for other... This feels like Bagu's Woods, kinda. In terms of, like... There is probably something in here. But there are many traps scattered around for the unwary. Or for those like me who are intentionally springing every trap. Okay. Here's another. Yeah, it's just there are a lot of random encounters in the forest, more than the ones you will actually see coming. Extra spooky woods. Yeah, just this forest is lousy with encounters. Here's the path to the town. Okay, so you had to go through the spooky woods to get to the path to town. Makes sense. There might be more to see to the southwest, but I'm at the town now. There is a cave! So there's the fourth sea cave. Oh. Unknown. Also haunted and abandoned. No, actually just haunted, not abandoned. Okay, this is a monster town. Not for my kind. Okay, I thought you were some... When you were behind those weeds, I thought you were some, like, horrifying mutated version of the rock-throwing Lizalfos. But it was just because the weeds were in front of your face, making it look like that for a moment. Can I hit these from here? I don't know that I've ever been able to directly interact with those before. They are non-interactable completely. They're in the background. My sword doesn't go that far back. I guess this town was red on the map. Maybe that's my signal that it is a place not for elves like me. Wolves like me. Elf wolves. Will there be a monster-wise man teaching me something? I hope so. Several screens of this place. It's a sprawling metropolis with absolutely nothing in it. Okay, let's knock on some doors. I note that I can only enter from the north and the west, which I think both go to the same place. So, this is screen 1. Screen 2. This house here stands out. It's little. I think what it's doing is inviting me to jump on top. Well, that's not it. I'm gonna get a spell of unlock door, and that's how I get both in there and into the Nabaru mystery house? I think that's unlikely. This is screen 2 right here, I think. Screen 3. Yeah, connects the way you would expect. Knock knock. Maybe this is like a fake destination and I don't actually go here and there's something to find elsewhere? This is final screen, like that takes me out of town there as far as I remember. This house doesn't have a door on this side. Knock knock, nothing. Alright, well. That's Monster Town. Whose significance apparently I'm currently unable to understand. Alright, let's go southwest, because there was a cave down there. Here I am, sticking to these woods for no good reason. Let's actually get out of the woods. I have no evidence either way of whether my East Hyrule map would work here. So a sea cave, sort of, and a land cave, sort of. Let's do the sea one first. It looks more like a dead end to me. Also slightly safer walk. Something farther south. Ooh. Is this Nabaru? Hey, mystery solved. There we go. Okay, good stuff. I figured it would probably be that. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take this opportunity. So I found a monster town. 2 new lands. One a little more extensive than the other. I have a fire sword now. The healer's on the right side of town, but the save is on the left. Okay. Alright, so next time I'll try and find what it is I can actually do in Dragmire. Still more land to explore, and I mean, that monster town has to mean something. But I'm not sure what yet. Hopefully next time we'll figure it out.